Yemisi, you finally made it to Instagram. I have to shout you out. I've been trying to get this girl on Instagram for about over a year or something. Thank you guys. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's hot and you lot probably been busy and everything. I know I have. I'm like, got the fan on me right now. I can't deal. You guys, too much. But yeah, thanks for joining me. What's everyone been up to? It's been nice and sunny. I've been enjoying the sun. Today's guest is a singer-songwriter, but not only a singer-songwriter, she also plays piano, guys, which I love. Like, it's one of my favorite instruments. She's in. Yeah, and she's also more interesting to me, actually. She's a body positive ambassador, or whatever you want to call it, body positive advocate, whichever you prefer. But that's another thing that she does. She's got her hands in all the pies. She's a very busy girl. She's performed in some really impressive venues. She's got powerful vocals. I'm loving her new track. I just can't wait to get you in. Let's go. Hello! Finally, how are you?
I am so well. How are you?
Oh, you look really well. I'm really good. I'm good.
I'm sat in the sun.
I'm dying. It's like really muggy in here. But yeah, other than that, I'm trying to pat myself down. But other than that, I'm really good, really good. I'm so happy you're on here because you're just a multi-talented person. But not only that, as I was saying to these guys, you're not just a singer, songwriter. Obviously you play piano, which is impressive to me already. But you're doing body positive ambassador as well. I see that on your page. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I know more about this, especially as a female as well, so that's really interesting. But okay, so I've got your name right because guys,
yeah.
I always
thank you for asking.
Yeah. Some people, they just bring you in and just they just mispronounce your name. So I would never do that to you. So Eloise Viola.
Correct pronunciation, thank you.
So I just wanted to point that out, that I'm really proud of myself that I got it right. You look great anyway tonight. But yeah, first of all, so let's just start off by telling these guys, a bit about yourself, where you're from, just all the beautiful things that you do.
So, well, thanks so much for having me on. It's
anytime.
It's been so nice. Like I've done quite a few lives now since lockdown.
Yeah,
it's like I guess people just didn't really think of it as a proper thing before.
No.
So it's so nice to be able to do it.
It is.
But yeah, so thanks for having me on. I live in London usually, but yeah. I am hiding from viruses in the country with my family.
Oh.
So it's actually been quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm a singer and a songwriter, and a lot of my songs, or all of my music, is about self-love and confidence and learning to love yourself, really.
Powerful stuff, really powerful. I love it. And what about, because you play keys, obviously you play keys as well. When did you start playing piano?
So I taught myself to play the piano, and like when I think about it now, I'm like, I genuinely, like, people are like, how did you do it? And I'm like, I genuinely don't know. It's just so weird to me that I did that. I just am like, when did that happen? But I heard the Adele 21 album.
Oh,
absolutely, yeah, fell in love with it. I was just like, I have to learn this. So I sort of started just to play Someone Like You, and then the rest of the album, and then from there I just kind of learned how to play, and then that kind of lent itself to the songwriting. Well, exactly. But yeah, so then that led to the songwriting.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of kicked off from there, really.
Oh, I love it. And so obviously you said you're hiding. You've left London now. You've playing about the gigs are everywhere's like because of COVID, like you say. So hiding away. But have you got more open space there? Then is it more of like it's nice?
It's so nice. I'm just gonna move where I am because it's all a bit cluttered. Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's meant that oh, that's not working. It's meant that I've been able to set up a little vocal booth in my shed in the garden. So I've actually ended up being a bit more creative than I would have been. Like, I don't know about you, I'm so busy. I'm like, how did I cope with actually going out before?
That's my recording. You can see my little.
Oh, amazing!
Literally, I'm the same. I don't know how people are bored. I'm glad it's worked well for you as well. Although obviously it's a tragic circumstances, but
it's awful. I mean, it's been so horrible for everybody, and obviously some people more than others. But hopefully out of it something good will happen. Hopefully people being at home, they'll be you know, more songs written and more books written, and hopefully some creativity. Have you been able to be a bit creative in lockdown?
I have. I've got a few things coming up.
Ooh, exciting.
But enough about me. I want to talk about your new track. I want to talk about your new song, what you've got.
Great.
Now, first of all, I've got to say, I actually enjoy watching you, the live version.
Oh, thank you.
The actual track, like honestly, because you got like catchy chorus, but your vocals are solid, man. One thing I always wanted to say, like, your vocals are solid, you know, they're powerful. You got that like that growl, almost like a grit. Like, you have all those, different qualities that I love as a singer watching you. Obviously, like, it's a bit different, you know, because you think of these things more than maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm hearing all that. I'm just like, yeah, she's powerful up there, man. Power, solid, and like you say, all your songs about, you know, positivity, body positivity, or self-love, and that kind of vibe, you know. So that was another thing that really struck me. I really liked that.
Great.
Well, talking about what you're gonna do. This is your single, so that's out now. What you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, everyone always has these sort of goals in their mind, like, oh, I'm gonna get it featured on, you know, on, I don't know, this platform, or I'm gonna hit 50k streams in like a couple of months or something. So what? Everyone sets themselves their own goals, you know. What are your goals for this track? What are you gonna do?
Well, to be honest with you, sorry, I'm just trying to. I've got a technical fault. Basically, it was quite a weird one because I decided to lockdown happened, and it's like everybody's got their own story of it was going so well and then lockdown happened, but it was, you know, we had quite a lot of plans for it. It was going to go out to radio, it was going to go out and hopefully premiere in the clubs and stuff, and then obviously lockdown happened, so it was quite a different experience releasing a song in lockdown. But it's sort of surpassed all my expectations. It's easily been it's done the best out of all of my songs, sort of in such a short space of time. Yeah, I'm so pleased with it. It's just, I mean, it's such a long game, you know. Like, it's so. I mean, you're a singer, you're in the music industry, you're so aware of it. It's like, it's such a profile building experience that, like, I think people think they'll put out a song and it'll get loads of streams, but it just is like, the more you do, and it's so slow. But I have been really, really pleased with the kind of how people have received the song, and then, you know, releasing it in lockdown, and it's still done pretty well. I'm quite chuffed with.
That's how well it's done during lockdown, and you haven't even been able to go out and gig, you know.
I'm pleased. I'm pleased.
You know, then you should be. Now you're gonna perform it to us, though, aren't you? You're gonna
I am.
Song a little bit later. What you're gonna do? It's called Guys. Go stream it. I've pinned her Instagram. That's the same name as well, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can download it. Go check her out, guys. But she's going to be performing that live here in a little bit. Guys, don't forget to send your questions in the question box. And thank you for those that have just joined. I don't want to miss anyone out. Shout out Doris Official. Enough love for him. Okay, cool. So obviously you're away from London now, but usually, from what I see, you're always performing in really, really cool venues. Like, you always got, I'm just like, the lighting, I'm like, yes, like, I'm like, I see your picture, feeling it, sound, everything. Like, you always get really nice, you know, cool gigs and cool venues. I see you performing like, what was it, the Notting Hill Arts Club?
Yeah, that was a cool
Underbelly Hoxton and all that. So you've got, you know, you've been in some great places, but I wanted to know, what's the most impressive venue you've ever performed in so far?
Impressive. Well, I have to say, for me, Notting Hill was great because I don't know why, it's just one of those things I always had in my head. I'd love to play there, and a couple of years ago sent them an email to try and play and was ignored, and then tried again. And I even set up an account to be my own manager, so that I was like, that didn't work though. Nice idea, but it didn't work. And then when they approached me and said, do you want to perform? I mean, it's not a massive venue, but I don't know, for me it was just quite yes, we're making improvements, we're making steady gains.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how hard it was for you to get in there. Damn. All right, well, at least you made it there.
Literally, it's so weird, isn't it? And I think it's sort of, that is a bit of the industry, like, it's a bit snooty and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's quite clicky, isn't it, sometimes? Yeah.
Totally. And I think because of social media, which sort of ties into my body positivity and confidence messages, like, you'll see other people and you're like, how does she get that? And how does she get that? And I've tried for ages to get there. How did they get that? And I think for me anyway, I don't know about you, but it's been like a very much a learning process of how to not feel down about like and judging and being competitive with
It is,
what
yeah.
other people are doing.
Just focus, man. Just stay in, continue
Totally.
in 100%. Doe said he works on the door at Notting Hill
Oh,
Castle. How weird is that? It's a small world. Oh my God, how weird is that?
that is weird.
Yeah, we need to get me. I ain't been there. That's one of the places I haven't
Yeah.
been myself. So yeah, you need to get me in those. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out B Arnold as well, and everyone else that's joined in. Deja Vu FM, were you saying? Purple's Frenchies. Everybody, anyone's got any questions for Eloise, please drop them in the box there for us. Now, as I say, so obviously, apart from all the music stuff that you're doing, piano, singer, songwriting, all that stuff, live performances amazing performances that you do, as I say, what was interesting for me, watching you and looking up on your page and stuff and everything that you do, was the fact that you are a body positive ambassador.
Yes.
So could you just tell us a little bit about how you how you even started, how you even got to become
Totally.
ambassador?
Yeah, well, I've always been, I did psychology at uni, and I've always been interested in like how the mind works and that kind of thing. And I went to uni, and I'm going to give you a long story. I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
No, we're here to listen to you. This is your
So I basically, when I went to uni, I like really struggled with body image and that kind of thing, and I found that like I think Instagram, especially for me, made it worse in like, why do I look like that? Why is my stomach not flat? Why have I not got a thigh gap? And for me, it was like, it took a real toll on my everyday life and had a real effect on my own body image and self-confidence to like a really quite a low point with it. And I was really quite lucky, even though I was like super aware of like eating disorders and stuff, it was weird that I had allowed it to sort of manifest itself in myself, even though I was so aware of eating disorders from like an academic point of view. So anyway, I managed to get out of it, and it kind of started from being kind to yourself and loving yourself. And I just think that when I started writing songs, they were always sad. And I just thought, and I left the songwriting being like, I feel like shit. And I was like, why am I writing songs about feeling low? Like, I should feel like write songs about feeling amazing. So that's kind of where it came from, is that I wanted my songs to be empowering. I wanted them to be fun. I wanted them to be like people dance along and connect with them in that way. And so there's like elements of vulnerability there that people can relate to, but hopefully like feel empowered as well. Yeah, and then I've been working with a couple of brands that are sort of very exclusive sizes and no retouching. I'm just starting to work with a new brand, and just because I genuinely want to support brands that, you know, don't make you feel like shit when you're scrolling through your page. Yeah, totally. And when you're scrolling through your page and you're like, oh my God, I'm so fat, I need to lose weight, when actually that's one shot in this person's day, in this person's body, and actually even they don't look like that.
I feel like Instagram, it's a highlight, they say, of people's lives. It ain't, every day.
Exactly. I do think like it's got better. Like there's like even on ASOS now, even the skinny models have stretch marks and stuff, and I think that's amazing. But there's still more that needs to be done, and I hope that my music and this kind of goes hand in hand together and empowers people and makes people realize that they are amazing as they are and they can love themselves and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think what your goal then you've definitely done, because with this track, especially your latest one, what you're going to do is definitely, it is upbeat, it is lively, it is catchy, it is vibrant. So it is definitely doing that, what you set out to do, to go from that kind of, I want to say Adele vibe, if you like, then from what
exactly.
Even though we love them as well, like, if that was music should almost be therapy to you. So it's good that you've come out the other end, that you went through that, but it's good that you've come out the other end, and now you think about it, you're probably helping a lot of other people as well. Like people need to hear
well, I hope so. Like I want to post and like not social media is like a part of the singer-songwriter life, I guess, and I sometimes it's actually quite a good thing for me, because sometimes I'll feel like, oh God, I've got a role in that photo and stuff, and then I'm like, nope, body positivity, which is great. So it's just like a really empowering part of it. And I hope that what I'm actually hoping to do is like have roles in my pictures, but not be like, hey, I've got roles in my pictures, because I want people's feeds to be normal, and I want people to see it and be like, oh, you're not highlighting the fact that you've got rolls and a big fat spot on your chin. It's just part of what it is, you know. Yeah. I didn't mean you.
Sorry, guys. Training. We're in training. No.
Is that a quarantine present to yourself?
Yeah, I think she likes the body positive. That vibe. No, and you know, I think I've heard it so many times. People have actually told me that they come off of Insta. Like, I'm like, why are you not on Instagram? And there's been girls that have actually told me that, oh, I'll just come off there because all I see is like perfect, like almost they're just too perfect. Like all these, you know, on the feeds, all the things they just see is so perfect that it ends up getting them down. Like they fall.
100%.
Like, how don't I look like that? Why would I? And you know, you can get past that. And like you say, I think it just enhance whatever. I'm a proper believer in that. Enhancing on what you already have. So I don't mean like putting fake things in you or nothing like that, but just enhancing what you already naturally have. You know, if you can, just try and do that, and just try and get as comfortable as you can with yourself, man. I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing, and I do feel that the two are, you know, your music world and obviously your ambassador world, what you're doing with body positive imaging. I can definitely, knowing more of your story now as well, I can definitely see the connection.
Yeah. Well, that's the hope, and that's exactly the thing. Like, I think that even I feel like I'm more mature, like I'm 25, and I can still like come off Instagram feeling like complete shit, and like, and I think that if there's that effect that it's on like you and I who are a bit older and we've experienced the world and perhaps are a bit more confident because we've lived it a bit more, like, what effect must that have on teenagers? What I mean, like, I just think I'm quite lucky in that, like, I'm quite lucky in that when you know, when I was growing up, like early teenage years, Instagram wasn't a thing until I was like 17, 18. And I can't imagine how much worse it would have been if I would have been like 12 or 15.
At least you missed that, you see? So you swerved that, you know what I mean? So at least, but yeah, it's got to be hard for them coming up now. I think people like you that are sharing those posts, like I saw a fitness girl the other day, when I mean her belly's, like she is fit, yeah? And she does it every single day, like you said, and yet she posted exactly what you were talking about. She done one version of where she just stood up in a picture, and then she done one where she sort of bent down like that, and she went, these were taken just seconds apart. Like, everybody has roles.
So important.
Everybody's normal. I think it's important what you're doing, man. Honestly, I really respect you. I really rate that about you. But yeah, so obviously you're doing well with that stuff, but stream-wise, everything, the you know, I've seen you in the blogs that you've had, like you're getting recognition at the moment from what I can see.
Thank you. Obviously, yeah, it's
and
getting there.
Let's just shout out. Can we just take a moment to appreciate she's verified, guys, you know? Saying out there. So obviously you're doing...
that's so funny that you say that. The day that it happened, I woke up on my phone, and I said to my boyfriend, look, I got the blue tick, I'm verified. And he was like, what does that actually mean though? Like, are you actually serious? And I called my friend and was like,
exactly, yeah. Make some calls to someone that's gonna like...
Yeah, he was like, what does that do? Shut up.
It's hard to get, you know, not everyone can get it, so that's, you know, you're doing well.
Thank you.
I mean, you're doing well, and I love your tracks, as I say, you're getting a lot of streams, getting a lot of notice, a lot of attention, but as we all know, there are a lot of struggles and a lot of difficult times, different things that I think that musicians, but not only musicians, but anyone I think in the creative arts, like any creative industries really, they do go through some, you know, hard times, whether it's like financial or just emotional, like as what you talked about as well. Anything, just so many different things that we go through that people don't, maybe are outside of the industry, don't necessarily think about. So I just wondered, if there was anything that you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of aspects to it that I've just sort of learned. Like, if I knew everything that, you know, that I know now at the beginning, I probably would have done things differently. Wow. But I think the biggest thing for me at the moment is sometimes, but I guess it's kind of what it's like everywhere, that sometimes like talent is not rewarded, especially like at the moment, I think with TikTok, that it's like
I love
the song, TikTok is so fun, and I love it as a platform. And if your song gets picked up and does well because of that, great. But like, if I just think that if like a lot of songs have done like Billboard #1 because the first 15 seconds is playing because of TikTok, I'm just like, how is that? Like, you've just got a quick intro. Right. It's like, and it's just, and on that as well, like, I think because of Spotify and stuff, the first 10 seconds has got to grip you. So I think that somehow the creativity and like love for music sometimes is a bit lost. Does that sound a bit wanky? That might sound a bit wanky.
You mean the actual art form, like the actual creativity?
Yeah, like instead of like, wow, that sounds amazing, that builds naturally, wow, that's a really whatever, you're just kind of pushing it.
Yeah, no, you're right, because you need something, you know, dynamics, and you need to give a chance to actually, like, you know, it's a story. It's almost, I mean, singing, songwriting is storytelling, you know, so you need it to, like, beginning, middle, end. You do need it to build all that. I know what you're saying. So it's almost like it will become too easy if everyone can just do it like that, if that makes sense.
I guess, it's exactly that. It's just, it's not necessarily the easiness. It's just the, like, it's a shame that now music's developed to this thing that like the first 10 seconds, if it doesn't grab your attention, it's a next, and then so that's how music has changed as a result of that. But in saying that, Spotify has been amazing because it means people have such a wide range of stuff that they can listen to because it's one song instead of like an album that they've bought, you know. So I guess it works both ways.
It is, it's working for you, so you must be doing something.
It's getting there.
What advice would you have? Obviously, as I say, you're doing so well. What advice would you be able to give to anyone else that's trying to, you know, build a fan base, or maybe trying to put music out? But like you say, sometimes it's, you know, the first track, it's like you want it to, you know, people think it's going to get like so many streams, and then it don't happen. And, you know, obviously you have got that on this track now, but it took you a few, as you were saying, you know, expecting.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that, and you've had a lot of doors, like you said, you were trying to get into the Notting Hill Arts Club to perform, and you tried all these different ways. You could, you know, first you could get in. What advice could you give to, you know, the rest of us out there trying hustling?
I think firstly, know that it is a long process. And I think that a lot of people, well, some people do just get this one thing and then rise up and do it. But it doesn't happen like that. Like with majority of people that, and even like people like overnight success, like Lizzo, she's not an overnight success. She's been working at this for 10 years. Like, it's not an overnight success. And you've got to know that is from the outset. It's a long process, and it's time and it's duration, and you've got to build the profile that way. You're also going to get a hell of a lot of no's, and it's shit. So and I just think, you know, you've got to build, I guess this sounds a bit cringy, but I guess like know who you are and what you want and what you want to put forward into the world before you start. I mean, that obviously will inevitably evolve, but I think that be confident in your unique message and who you are, and then people saying no just rolls off you. But
so you're just like, no, do you know what? I know that I know I'm good. I know that
I think so.
And then just, because I think you must have to be, I mean, like you say, you get a lot of no's before you get yeses, you know, so you must.
It's so tough. It's so tough.
Be strong out here in this music industry. We're learning from you guys. Okay, cool. So let me, let's shout out. I want to shout out Zena, because I know she's asked you a question here.
Cool.
Anyone else pop a question down in the box? Zena said, who would you most like to collaborate with?
Ooh. Oh, well, oh God, good question. I'd love to do a Rudimental track. Like, going on tour with Rudimental is like my dream. Just doing like all of their bangers and that kind of thing would be,
oh my God,
that's a definite dream for me. Rudimental. I'd love to work with Beyonce. There, I said it. Because apparently she just like gets in the booth and like just like, it's like press record, go, and then just like does all these lyrics. I just would love to see how she works. I think they would probably be, but Rudimental is like
I can actually, because having listened to your records, I can actually like imagine you doing that, because obviously they're like they're that fun vibe as well, ain't they? Like,
actually that's another thing to add to the the advice thing. The other thing is that I've ended up doing that I never thought I would do is I've like messaged people on Instagram that I never would have thought I would, because, and you know, you have to just take the embarrassment out of it. And like that would be an advice, like if you don't ask, you don't get. And sometimes it's embarrassing, but totally, if you don't ask, you don't get would be.
That's so true though. Like, what have you got to lose? Like at the end of the day, that's
100%.
really, you know, like you guys, like that's really good advice. I feel like you have to just, you have to just put yourself out there sometimes. Like, oh, would you mind? You know,
sometimes it's so horrible and so awful, but
like you say, it's learning from it, and it's just give you thicker skin, and you're just going to get ready for the next opportunity, the next risk, if you don't take a risk, like you say,
and sometimes, you know, all you've got to lose is like a bit of your pride, which comes to you anyway, so
just a bit. But then on the other hand, if you look at it, it could be really worth it, and it could be, you know, opportunities, and it could be worth it. So I'm glad that you're doing that though, because like obviously you said you never used to do it, but I'm glad that you're doing that. You're taking those risks yourself as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's sort of an inevitable part of it.
Why not? And you know what? Another thing, like what you were saying, I feel like that might as well sometimes be the opposite. It could depend. Like, you can be like fearless when you're like a teenager, but like you say, when you get past that sort of teenage stage of life, which I think you were saying as well, when you do grow up, I think that is another thing. That is like what you're saying. You get more confidence. You do get that with age, and that's probably another thing that's helped you probably do that now, because now you're just like, you know what? I ain't got time to waste.
Exactly, literally, I'm getting old. Yeah, exactly.
You know, so okay, cool. Oh, Zena, did you hear the pop? I know, it interrupted my life. I can't read Arabic. Oh, guys, if anyone can read that, I'd love to know what they say. Shout out Hussein Ali, yeah, Hussein. Hashing Boxer, shout out. Who else? Lil Nichols.
Oh, that's my friend Lily.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they said you're amazing, great artist. Sways, you're an awesome artist. You got some love on here, girl. Hot Friday.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Dina. Oh, Megan, what have you? Shout out Megan. Just shout out everyone that's joined, and everyone that joins pretty much, you know, that joins me every Wednesday at 9 as well.
Oh, amazing. Have you enjoyed doing these like weekly lives?
I have. Do you know what it is? It was so accidental.
Oh, that's so
accidental. Yeah, because obviously I do radio presenting on Deja Vu FM, so I do it on the radio show.
Yeah.
On Deja Vu FM, but it's not alone. So I hadn't done it, you know, and even before then I'd done it with other people, so I hadn't really done it alone. So it was like so accidental. Like I was literally just like, you know what? I was looking at, you know, what they say, what you can do to like help build your following, help interact with your fans, and obviously, like you say, everyone had more time on their hands now to be creative and all that stuff because of the COVID thing. So I was like, okay, let me do some lives. Let me do at least. I set myself a goal. I was like, let me do one live a week and go from there. So at first it was just me. I wasn't even interviewing people. Like it was just me, just doing, you know, just chatting to people, whatever. And then when it got to, I think the second or third one, I think it was, or something like that, I was like, what would you guys like to see next? You know, my next ones. And then they were like, oh, I would like to see you interviewing people, interviews and makeup and things like that. And I was like,
oh, amazing.
Yeah, and then it was so weird. Like, and then I had this year's Voice semi-finalist, like the Voice.
Wow.
Yeah, that was literally, she was my first guest. She's like the semi-finalist. She's still got to go back and compete in the rest of the show when it goes back to theirs. And I was like, whoa, Lucy Calcines. She was my first guest. So she had asked, and we'd spoke like on DMs and just different things, you know, just we really liked each other's page and like material and stuff. And she seemed lovely. And then she just said, oh, I'd love to like come on your show. And I'd just done it. Like I'd just started as well. And she saw I was doing the other radio stuff. And I was like, cool. From there, I just...
Well, that is a classic example of if you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It is literally like, it was just so weird, the timing of it. And then here we are. You're like, this is like episode 10 or something. I'm losing count even. So,
wow, that's so great.
Yeah, it's lovely, like getting to know you. You know, because obviously we see each other and you see each other on Instagram and you like things and you comment things, but you don't, it's like a personal time and it's just, it's really nice. It's really nice. Okay, so I know you're really busy because you're preparing for something special, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much, well, we're on live, it's fine. I've got a new single coming out in a couple of weeks. I don't know, I don't know if I'm allowed, I'm just going to tell you anyway. I've got this is a secret for everybody watching. I've got a new video coming out in a month's time, and basically a new single, because of COVID, obviously I took it out and filmed a music video. So we came up with this idea of, well, let's message some like inspirational people on Instagram didn't think anyone would reply. And I've had a huge number of replies. They've all sent in submissions. And so I've got this amazing, diverse group of women in this video. And that's all I'll say. If you're interested, stay tuned. But it's going to be, honestly, I got these videos through and I was like, oh, so
really?
yeah.
That's what's missing. Like, I think what you were saying, like, that creative side of it, that's more than just the average music. That's more than just the average, you know, idea that you have for like.
Totally. So I've got this amazing video coming out in a month or so. It's just, it's so great. I'm so happy. It's like actually probably the most proud of like anything for ages.
That's a good feeling in it as well.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great. So hopefully I'm really hoping that will connect with people, which I'm sure it will, because I think the women are just incredible. I'm so excited for you to see.
I'm sure it will. If we're all, especially like guys and girls, but especially girls, like looking at that, it's just natural. It's just authentic. It's nothing staged, too overstaged. It's just, you know, it sounds
totally. Well, weirdly enough that you say that, like, I actually, a lot of my music and posts, I always used to say that, especially women and feeling empowered and confident, especially women. And actually, I stopped saying it because I get so many comments from men, and like sometimes one like, and
that's what I say, guys as well, but you don't think as much.
I get more comments about it helping people, men than women, and like. I did a sofa sounds a couple of months ago, and this guy came up to me afterwards and was like, thank you so much. Like I really needed that. Like I've just come like suffering from a breakup and I really needed that. And it's about feeling empowered. And I was just like, amazing. Like
that's hard to do, to touch, like with that type of message as well, to touch men and women. Like that's hard to do. That's not easy to do. So
it was so great. So I've stopped saying especially women because of that.
True. It's true though. You don't think of it, you don't realize, but I suppose they do. You know, of course, some of them do have different. Everyone has insecurities, and everyone has things that they want to improve or they want to work on. Or they're like, oh, why I look like that model. You know, obviously there's male models and things like that as well.
Yeah.
Same thing as well. Think, oh, why don't I look like that? So,
you know. But in a way, I wonder whether it's more for men, because I think women talk about it more. Like you'd be with your best mate being like, this has made me feel shit, and then she'd be like, yeah, me too. But I think men are less likely to be like, I've been scrolling through Instagram and I feel really bad about my body.
Yeah. They'd be like, bro, do you need a tissue? That's how it, that's not all, but that's how that's how I think. Maybe it's harder for him. Maybe that's why he appreciated it that bit more, because it is harder sometimes.
It's interesting. So I think it's great, and I think that it kind of shows that everyone needs that message a bit, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so this is my favourite part of the show, though. Swiftly, because I'm too excited for what you're gonna do. Eloise's new track, What You Gonna Do.
Thank you. I'm just gonna move the camera, so
yes. Are you playing keys for us? I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the keys.
Guys,
oh my god.
Go back to the track.
Right. There we go. Can you oh god, that's so wonky.
If anyone can screen record, please do.
There we go. At least you know it's live, am I right?
Yeah, you see?
Right.
No gimmicks.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Can you hear the piano?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what you're gonna do. And this is basically about feeling. I was sort of going through a point where like I've been out with like a few guys, and I was just kind of like, what's the point in doing this? Like they don't make me feel powerful about myself. All they do is make me feel bad about myself, and actually I don't feel like I'm the real me with them anyway. So I was like, what's the point? I'm not going to do this anymore. The next person that I'm going to be with is like going to love all of me for me. And this is what that song's about. So
another empowering one. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, I've turned it down accidentally. There we go. So this is what that song's about. This is what you're going to do.
And this is out now, guys.
Okay, I'm done with fake love. Trying to feel the more that they want. It's no fun. But this style is different. I'm not gonna change who I am. You want me, you get me. You get up from my mistakes, and I'm doing some my see it, I want it, and I'm okay with it. What you gonna do, 'cause there's something about you and me. What you gonna do when I say I like what I see? What you gonna do, 'cause I'm fired up and I'm ready for your love. You gave, I know. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. I wake up, no makeup. Yeah, I'm still feeling myself, and no one can change that. No one can change that. I want you to want me without even changing a thing to get all on you. When you want to, 'cause there's something about you and me. What you gonna do when I say I like what I see? What you gonna do, 'cause I'm fired up and I'm ready for your love. You gave, now do. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. What you gonna do, 'cause there's something about you and me. Oh, what you gonna do when I say I like what I see? Oh, what you gonna do, 'cause I'm fired up and I'm ready for your love. Oh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, 'cause there's something about you and me. What you gonna do when I say I like what I see? What you gonna do, 'cause I'm fired up and I'm ready for your love. You gave, now do. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. What you gonna do about that? About that? Hey, hey. What you gonna do about that? No, hey. What you gonna do about that? Hey,
Nice. I love it. I love it. Love it. So catchy. I literally, by the second question, I was like, I already know it. I already know it. I love it. Thank you so much for blessing us with that, and on keys as well. Like, I appreciate that so much. No backing track, because I can't play and sing at the same time, so I'm not confident enough to do it. So,
well, it's all about backing yourself. You can do it.
Now is the time, I guess, if you're gonna learn anything. And try.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do think it's just practice. You just get so used to it that it just becomes sort of a in the background thing rather than like, oh my god.
Well, that's the stage I'm hoping to get to, Eloise.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get there, so I just need to take,
Yeah. Well, you've got a couple more months of not leaving the house, so you've got
well, keep me busy, right? Okay, fair enough. So guys, please tell everybody where it's available to go and stream, download, all that stuff.
Oh, well, it's available everywhere. I'll put in, if you go on my page, it's in my bio. So yeah, it's on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Amazon Music. Yeah, it's called What You Gonna Do.
Yes, and I've pinned Eloise's page down there. So please, guys, please give her a follow. It is amazing. And live, like when I see you on the stage, I'm just like, damn, like powerful vocals and then that sweet soft sound, like you literally just like you know. So I appreciate that. I just want to ask, because this guy, bless him, always tuning in every single week. So I just one last question. I want to answer it from our followers, and I want to say thanks to everyone that's joined so far. So I'll just ask this one last one before I let you go, because I know you've got a lot of stuff going on. Ria Barney, shout out Ria Barney, is always coming up with good questions week after week, to be honest with you. Always
that is a good question.
And so Ria Barney said, which artist influenced you when you were growing up? Good one.
So my dad loves Bob Dylan, and as much as I would love to love Bob Dylan, I just don't. So I'd say that was not an influence. But my mom loves Janis Joplin, and for me,
cool.
she's just one of my absolute favourites. It's just one of those things. So I guess like vocally, Janis Joplin. We also listened to quite a lot of Nina Simone in the house. So that was great. But yeah, I guess for me, so those kind of Janis Joplin, Nina Simone, growing up most, and then say again, sorry.
That growl, I can hear that as well. Like now that you said,
That is I think that she's definitely influenced my vocals.
Yeah.
And then as I said earlier, Adele, like she just really, that's when I was like, I want to learn to write songs. So Adele is probably my sort of the reason why I started singing, really.
Wow, okay, that's strong. That's definitely one of your influences then. 100%.
Yeah.
She's lost so much weight. Talking about body positive, I mean, she seems really happy with herself and obviously reached her
Well,
goal.
I love that she's always been happy with, or seemingly anyway, because outside she's always like, this is how I am, take me or leave me. So I love that about her.
True, yeah, she has been like that. But you know, I mean, if she's healthy as well, that's a bonus. That's great.
Definitely.
She looks good anyway, let's put it out there. But no, so guys, please follow Eloise Viola. It's Viola, got it right. And thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everybody listening.
I love it. Lots of love. Bye. Thank you. Take care.